Today, I'd like to briefly introduce the history of Tibetan production, how Tibetans produced, traded, and sustained life before modern colonial transformations, and what has changed since. Historically, Tibetan production was centered on self-sufficiency. Crafts such as metalwork and textiles were developed to meet the needs of everyday life and religious institutions. Monasteries played a crucial role as centers of demand, innovation, and artistic patronage. In both Bon and Buddhist traditions, arts such as Thangka painting, printing, and ritual craftsmanship flourished for centuries. However, in the modern period, production in Tibet shifted dramatically. Colonial governance and political control redirected economic focus toward resource extraction, commerce, and tourism, fundamentally changing who benefits from production and who does not. Let me begin with the traditional pre-colonial period. Although Tibet is commonly divided into three regions, Yutsong, Kham, and Amdo, the basic production models were similar, with significant regional differences. Yutsong once had a relatively developed manorial system, while Kham and Amdo did not. Instead, they relied on nomadic herding combined with agriculture and forestry. Both domestic and foreign trade existed, though on a limited scale. Craftsmanship had a long history, even if production remained small-scale. Artisans produced daily necessities such as pulu, Tibetan woolen fabric, carpets, black tents, wooden bowls, and Tibetan knives. Iron smelting and forging were essential village industries that supplied tools, weapons, and ritual objects. Blacksmiths were vital figures in local economies. Textile production was significant. Rugs made from highland wool were used for floors, wall hangings, and saddles. Gyansi became famous for the quality of its carpets, many of which are still admired today. Religion profoundly shaped Tibetan production. Thangka paintings, used for teaching and meditation, emerged from both Bon and Buddhist traditions. These scroll paintings required years of training and strict iconographic rules. Tibetan papermaking also has a long and unique history. Early techniques used animal skins or tree bark, but later evolved into a highly durable craft. Using local poisonous plants such as Daphne and Stellera shamajasm. This paper was essential for preserving Bon and Buddhist scriptures, and proved far more durable than many other traditions. Importantly, there is insufficient evidence to support the claim that Tibetan papermaking originated in China. Printing was another significant achievement. Woodblock printing of Buddhist and Bon canons involved complex networks of carvers, printers, and monasteries. This made Tibet one of Asia's most important centers of religious publishing. In the performing arts, Tibetan opera, or lamo, emerged in the 14th century. Combining dance, song, and storytelling, it remains a powerful expression of Tibetan identity. Economically, Tibet before colonization was largely feudal and self-sufficient, based on subsistence farming, especially barley, and nomadic pastoralism. Now let's turn to the modern, post-colonial period. From the 1950s onward, political changes and the Cultural Revolution caused massive destruction and loss. At the same time, Tibet was open to new economic activities. Modern industries such as commerce, tourism, and resource extraction became dominant. Modern industries such as commerce, tourism, and resource extraction, particularly petroleum and natural gas, became dominant. However, these industries are overwhelmingly controlled by Chinese immigrants and state institutions. Apart from a limited agricultural sector, Tibetans themselves benefit very little. Traditional arts have adapted, but not without cost. Thangka painters now produce for global markets, sometimes adopting modern styles. While this creates income, it also leads to the decline of traditional knowledge and training systems. Technology has further reshaped production. Machines have replaced parts of traditional rug making, and digital tools support new projects such as animated histories of Tibet. Yet, once again, the benefits essentially bypass local Tibetans, who often watch these developments from the margins. In conclusion, Tibetan production has moved from a self-sustaining, culturally integrated system to one dominated by external control and extraction. While traditional arts continue to survive and adapt, the question remains, who controls production and who truly benefits from it? If you found this talk helpful, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and join us again next Wednesday. Thank you.